It's a partnership with IBM, Oracle, Microsoft, the World Health Organization, the CDC, the European CDC, Weather Channel, Johns Hopkins, and I'm sure even lots of other partners. Well, the idea here is actually to take all of these siloed data sets and to integrate them together so that you can potentially draw trends across from them and figure out whether or not the data is true in the sense of, data is only as good as where it's coming from. So making sure that all of this data kind of correlates and makes sense between them. So the quote that they have is that MIPASA is a global scale control and communication system enabling swift and precise early detection of COVID-19 carriers and hotspots through basically all of this data sharing between individuals, state authorities, health institutions, hospitals, all kinds of different things. And so I think that's really going to be useful. The CEO of this, was very right in saying that we are not a couple weeks out from this being over. This is months long process in front of us, and in reality, years long before this is something that's completely managed on a global level. So it definitely over the next couple of months, having tools that allow us to quickly identify where things are at in terms of hotspots and other things that potentially are as privacy respective as possible, since we've seen other tools that have been, whether it's in Korea or China or in Israel or elsewhere that are using cell phone data or other things to track without necessarily being terribly respectful of data privacy. Argue about whether or not that's good or bad. This is about taking data in the most, and generally this is not data that's going to be as individually identifying, but taking this kind of more macro data and finding trends in it. So I think that's pretty cool. It's a very interesting concept that they put together. We're seeing all kinds of really interesting stuff coming out. It's a Hyperledger Fabric platform that they've built, and people will be able to leverage that to build whatever tools they'd like to. If you want to build a map that kind of shows where the infections are at in your local area, or whatever that might be able to pull that out and work with. So they're looking to attract all kinds of researchers in statistics and probability, machine learning, and AI. So if this interests you, check out their website and get involved.